Okay, I'm back. This is the Raising Independent Thinker show. And today I'm talking about pre-reading strategies young children need to be successful readers. I'm so excited. Okay, I'll have a special guest on January the 31st at 7 p.m. Farida Goodman is a longtime educator and literacy coach from New York, and she'll be joining us the last Sunday of this month. And we're going to be discussing literacy strategies. So please mark that on your calendar. It's January 31st. And make sure you write down any questions that you may have for Farida to answer for that day. So the video I just played is called Why We All Need to Start Reading Aloud to Our Kids by Keisha Sirobo. And she's a literacy advocate and graduate from the University of Hong Kong. And I just love her spirit and her passion toward early childhood and her passion toward reading out loud, which I don't, it seems like parents are not doing it as much. And I like that she talked about the effective ways to encourage early childhood literacy. She says, talk, read, sing, and play. And I agree with all of these ways. So language development, as we know, begins before birth. And we know as early as 6 months gestation, babies can learn their mother's and father's voices while they're in the womb. And this is why they say it's important to talk to your baby while you're pregnant. And I say go as far as reading to your baby, singing to your baby, because they're absorbing your native language while inside of you, which is so amazing just to think about. So with infants and toddlers, it's important to use clear words while talking and responding to them. And at this age, they're acquiring a capacity for language just by listening and interacting with their parents. It's important to be mindful how we're pronouncing our words. They even pick up on our accents. And it makes me think about that really cute video, the father and the son sitting on the couch, and they're just communicating with each other about a TV show. I think the dad had like 47 plus million likes on social media, which is crazy. But that was the best example of what's called serve and return, which is when the child serves by reaching out for interaction with eye contact, facial expression, gestures, babbling, and then the parent will return the serve by speaking back. So that was really a good example. Hold on, give me 1 minute. Just getting my computer here together. Okay. So talking and singing to your child throughout the day is important, especially things as simple as what you're doing. And it increases vocabulary as well as having benefits to brain development. And singing is also a good opportunity for children to learn, to listen, and to respond, even if you feel you can't sing. I always say if you can talk, you can sing. And the best thing about children is that they don't care if you sing off tune, and singing also encourages children to match words with physical action. Let me know, in the chat if there's any favorite songs that you guys love singing to your child. I know one of my favorites was Open Shut Them when my kids were young. They loved that. So other pre-reading strategies that I'll talk about is learning through play, which Maria Montessori says play is the work of the child, which in other words, children learn through play. So as a Montessori teacher, there's a sequence of language lessons that I have used and I've shared with parents prior to the child learning to read. And the sequence has been very successful. So today I'll talk about several ways that you can, or several strategies where you can help your child. And you may want to write some of these things down. The first one being the 3-period lesson, which is a hallmark of Montessori education, and it was actually developed by Edward Seguin, who was a French physician, and it was to help children learn vocabulary and concepts. So, step one is naming and introducing an object. Step two is recognizing and identifying the object. And step three is memorizing or testing. And remember, I talked about testing under the age of 2.5 to 3 is a no-no. But once a child is at least 3 years old, it's then appropriate to ask them, what is this? And this method is a way of presenting new information to your child. And most of the time, I use the 3-period lesson when I'm just introducing an object or a picture card. I've used this lesson with a simple knob puzzle as well. So the next pre-reading lesson is object-to-object matching, which is another one of the first lessons in pre-reading skills. And it's language development, and it's perfect for a young preschooler. The next one is called object-to-picture matching, which, you have a picture card matching to an object. And it's always fun to get pictures and objects that your little one find interesting, like if they are interested in dinosaurs or a certain type of animal or cars. And again, this is to help with language development. The next one is classification cards. And there's so many different ways in using classification to teach language. I'll share one way, and that is classifying various amphibians. So you would find pictures of amphibians, let's say different types of frogs. You have a tree frog, African dwarf frog, glass frog, ghost frog. And what you can do with a toddler is show them the pictures, use the 3-period lesson, depending on the child's understanding. Now, all of these lessons will be shown. I think I'm going to show them on my website at home-schoolguide.com. And I'll be posting several videos this week on some of the pre-language lessons in the resource section. So make sure you subscribe to the website to get reminders on that. So the next lesson that I wanted to share are simple nomenclature cards. And nomenclature comes from a Latin term referring to the assignment of names. So simple nomenclature cards are also known as 3-part cards. The nomenclature can cover botany, zoology, and other sciences. And you can also use the same 3-period lesson while presenting the cards. The first period being identifying the parts. So you may be showing the parts of a butterfly, and you would say, this is a butterfly for the first card. The next card can be a picture of the wings, which is part of the butterfly. And then the last card is a picture of the antennas, which is another part of the butterfly. So the second period would be recognition, where you might say, can you show me the antennas, or can you show me where the wings are? And then the third period would be for the child to recall what they see. And that's where you're going to ask them, what is this? So the next lesson is story sequence cards. And this is a great activity for an older toddler and young preschooler. This lesson is great for teaching how to recognize a storyline. So as we know, every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And you can start off with maybe 3 or 4 cards per story. So for example, you can create cards for a simple flower story. And the first card would maybe show a seed. The next card might show the seed getting water from the rain. And then the last card being a flower. The end. And when you present the story sequence cards, you want to do it horizontally from left to right, because this is the way the child will start to train their eye for reading. And there's other activities that I usually I would out in the classroom, and it was similar in that the way I would have them like set up, I would have it all from left to right, and again, just training their eye for reading. So I think I'm going to stop right there. There are quite a few more strategies and lessons that I would love to share, such as how to introduce phonetic sounds using sandpaper letters, sound games, rhyming games, and other techniques. And I might as well make this a series of discussion because I'm feeling like I have more to say. And again, I will post some resources on these lessons this week. I think I might do some videos because it's easier to show you visually how to present the lessons. Also, if you're interested in homeschooling and you're needing some support, please schedule a consultation, or I also have a how to homeschool webinar available on the website. And if you are a teacher who's interested in teaching online, or you know someone for this upcoming school year, please send me your resume to homeschoolguide1@gmail.com. I'm looking for innovative educators who are looking for opportunities to use their creativity. So please shoot me your resume and I will get back to you. And remember, on the 31st, we have a special guest, Farida Goodman, literacy coach, joining us. Okay, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Stay blessed.